Hey, good evening. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. How you doing? It's Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and I just want to wish you all good evening. It is 11:22 on Sunday, so it's late night. I had a long day. This is our 427th episode, and I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and we talk about Agile Scrum in a practical and tactical way so you can bring value to your customer, get home to your family and friends, not work 60, 80 hours a week, and have a little fun, right? So why am I so late? Because I was up too late yesterday and had to get up early and drive across a bunch of states to go pick up a steam engine for the Railroad Museum. So I had the Railroad Museum again. So the Railroad Museum, Philadelphia Railroad Steam Works Museum. It's a working museum that we're trying to build. So we wanted to get a working steam engine today. Saved a lot of money. Been shopping around, found a great deal, and went and got it, right? Had to drive a long way to get it, though. It's not a train. I had to tell everybody. It's a steam engine, but it's not a steam engine train just yet. We're working on that. So what do I want to talk about today? Two things. I saw a post on LinkedIn and I shared it about project managers and being responsible for project success, right? So my thought is, okay, driving team success, driving the team. Who does that? Why do you do that? Do you do it? And then the other one is expectations, right? What are your expectations? And I'm going to relate that some of the discussions getting on the same page on the train museum. So I'll talk about that from an agile perspective, an iterative, an MVP point of view, and where we're heading in the future for that. So first off, I want to talk about driving expectations or driving success. I see so many project managers, and I never manage my projects this way, think they're responsible for the project's success. I would like to offer the comment that project managers are really responsible for providing the environment for a project's success and seeing what they can do. And my problem is so many organizations hold project managers to the performance of the project, but they don't do any of the work. See, this is what I don't get. So in project management, just kind of like a Scrum Master position. They are influencers. They lead without owning any of the people, or not owning the people, but managing the people or in control of the people. They influence, they try to get things. So what is a project manager really supposed to do? They're supposed to make sure that the teams or the groups that have everything you need to be a success in the project, just much like a Scrum Master. Where my problem is, people transfer this idea, if my team fails, it's my fault as a Scrum Master, or they're a project manager and they try to tell everybody what to do. That never works and it never leads to success, and it basically gets all the team pissed off of you. And all my years of experience of doing stuff, I've never told people how to do their job, nor felt responsible if a project was a success or failure. My projects were a success or failure because I create an environment for them to be successful, which is different than being responsible for their successful failure. And I will say I've had some projects that have failed too. I mean, that stuff happens, and sometimes it's totally out of your control, and people go take it down a path. But you have to have that mentality that it's not your responsibility, right? So many people get all stressed out that it's their responsibility for the team to perform, and they need to drive the team to success, that they need to drive that team. But that's the wrong way. So I just wanted to share that with you. I did share the link. I asked the question out there. People get back to me and comment, what do you think? Do you think the Scrum Master is responsible for team success? But I used the word driving, and I used the word driving for a particular reason. I said drive because so many people think they can, as a Scrum Master, they are driving the team, right? And they get that mentality, that's their expectations. When managers have Scrum Masters, they think that's the expectations of Scrum Masters. It's not what a Scrum Master is supposed to do. And I think people miss that. Even Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, managers up down the chain. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's not their job to drive. The key word is drive the team to success. The job of the Scrum Master is to make sure that they have everything they need to do their job, that they are communicating among each other to get the job. Because one of my things as a project manager, when everything failed when people stopped communicating. Same with the team. It doesn't matter, right? So there's a lot of this stuff they don't teach you in this book. They don't teach you in the books. They don't teach you in PMP class. They don't teach you in Scrum. Your job is there to make sure they got everything they need to be successful. That's the job, right? Blockers are things that block them from having everything they need to be successful. When they do not communicate, they're blocking themselves from being successful. And those are the kind of things that Scrum Masters and project managers, to be honest with you, should be driving for every day, right? And when they work on those projects or with a team, depending on what world they're in. So I just wanted to share that with you because I saw that. But sometimes I think everybody misses the boat on that. There was another one. I saw something about spreadsheets. I went, oh, God, here we go. Spreadsheets. In this day and age, we use spreadsheets to manage Scrum teams. And I got a lot of teams that do that, I'll be honest with you. And I just roll my eyes and go, okay, fine. If it makes you happy, one day I will get to them and I will convince them that that's not what they need to do. But that'll be one day. So that was the first topic I wanted to bring up. Scrum Masters, project managers, they're not responsible for the success of the team. The team is. Anyway, the people that they work with. Everybody's, but their job is to set the environment up. Okay, so environment and communication are the two things that Scrum Masters are responsible for doing or setting up or helping to develop, because it ain't going to happen overnight. Sorry, it doesn't happen overnight. Never does, never will. If it does, you're the luckiest sucker ever there was. Okay. Second item, expectations. So today I went out and got a steam engine that cranks. You put the boiler in, it puts the steam, and it cranks the shaft, and the shaft then drives the wheels or whatever you're doing. Could be a propeller, could be wheels of a car. It depends, right? And one of the things, a conversation between myself and my partner is when we build this museum, we want to build some stuff. We want stuff working. And there's good expectations because I had chatted with we were up in New York State and there was a little train thing out there. So I'm like, hey, look on the map. There's a thing. Let's go visit them. So one of the things we did, we talked to them. We were chatting and see. I see you have a steam engine on your brochure, but I don't see one. Where's your steam engine, right? And the guy's like, oh, you're going to bring up pain, aren't you? I'm like, what? Would I bring up pain? Never. So we got to hear about that, the expectations. So the long story short was they had a volunteer to work for a railroad. I won't talk about what it was, who had volunteered a lot for the train and everything like that. And hi, Bubbles, how you doing? I'm doing the show. Okay. Right. I know you say it's late. So anyway, the person volunteered to retrofit the steam engine by themselves. You know where that's going, right? So you got one person who's going to retrofit an antique steam engine back into working condition. As a project manager, what do you think the success possibility of that happening? I think 0. I could have told you that. But you know what? They had this expectation that they're going to do this. Well, it turned out they weren't retired yet, so they didn't quite have enough time. They had other things they liked to do more than the train stuff, I guess, or it took a higher priority. Therefore, the engine sat, and now it's like in another society's thing, and they're just going to like glue it back together so that it looks pretty, but it ain't going to work, right? So we had a long conversation. Those are personal expectation to deliver something so massive by one person. That's why you have a team. That's why we have Scrum teams. Teams better than just one person. I always teach my thing. If you're just one person, you're the only person working on it. but I can get you to teach 10 people how to work it. How much better do you think we'll be? What's this other 10 people? So you can argue, hey, no more than 9 people, otherwise you're not getting too many. You got too many communications. Okay, fine. So anyway, so on the way back, we talk about what do we want to do. Let's be realistic on what we're going to deliver. Our first MVP is going to be a small train, a rail car. It's going to have a boiler on it. It's going to be certified, and that's where the big money is going to go. Because when you do with pressure, you don't want it blowing up. So we're going to get a new boiler. It's going to be ASME certified. It's going to be meeting specs and all that. And then we're going to run everything through the engines and the rail car, and we'll drag some people, right? We'll pull some people and a passenger car along the rails. That's the goal. But then we also talked about, okay, fine. So what are we looking at like in the future? Because we're small, tracks are small. The tracks aren't like full up, blowing up where you can go 70 miles an hour down the road. So we're like talking everything we think we're going to do. We're going to make it small, manageable, produce value for the museum, right? Does that sound familiar? Invest. Think about it. So it's going to be small, testable, deployable out to the customer at a pretty rapid fashion compared to other ones. Will take years and years to build before 1 ounce of penny is brought back into the museum. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. So the idea is we're just going to produce stuff up there, just bring excitement to the museum, the stuff we can build in a reasonable fashion that doesn't take 20 decades to build and deliver to the customer. Those are expectations. We could say, oh, we're going to build ourselves a giant train that could take years to build until we get to that point, which we never get there. So our expectations, like the one gentleman who wanted to revamp an entire steam engine by themselves, which I feel bad for the guy. His heart was in it, but really, seriously, come on, man. That's ridiculous. Why the organization let them do that is another question. See, my organization, like, you're not doing this by yourself. You're going to kill us all. We're not going to have a train. And it turned out they didn't have a train. So those are the kind of questions you have. Those are the expectations. They have to be realistic. And what do you want to deliver? It would be great. Shoot, I would love to have the United States underneath the museum. But that ain't going to happen for like 10, 15 years if that ever would happen. So there's realistic expectations there. But anyway, those are the kind of things. You got to have realistic expectations. How you want to deliver stuff to the customer, how you want it working. So the 2 things we talked about. Hey, Haywood, what's up? Great information. Thumbs up. There you go. Tell your friends. Share the video when I put it up on LinkedIn. Cool. But just think about that. Keep it small, deliverable to the customer. Get feedback. See what they like, don't like. Don't invest a lot of money. Get some feedback in. Though I will say YouTube changed their whole way they do their site. I come on one day, and the way you manage your YouTube pages are totally different than it was the day before. I mean, seriously, the whole front end, click a button, open something different. Yada, yada, yada. It's different. So there are companies that radically change things, but nothing too bad. Things are there. Just don't know necessarily it really makes my life any better. We'll find out. So keep things small. Don't take it on yourself for the team success. Don't stress yourselves out and have a little fun. One buddy Edwin, he got his team out there and had brunch with his team out in New Zealand, right? Can't do that here in the States, though. Wish we could. I'd do it in an instant. But we'll see. Anyway, I wish you all good luck. Have a good Sunday evening. Otherwise, it's Monday morning, probably Monday afternoon already on the other side of the planet. And ring that little bell. Ring the little train bell. I would ring the train bell, but it's kind of late. My daughter's sleeping. So, gotta be quiet. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Have a little fun. Enjoy your Monday come Monday. And I'll see you tomorrow morning early. All right, take care. Everybody overseas, have a good day and a good evening.